Well, good morning and welcome back to the action this morning. I'm Gennaro Vasquez. This is the 2016 BCAPL League Wisconsin State Championships. We're at Chula Vista Resort in Wisconsin Dells, Wisconsin. Nice sunny day outside. Great day of pool action inside. Getting ready for a full day. We're joining our first match of the day on table number 1. It's Luke Thomas, who has a race to 7, versus Bill Larson. He has a race to 4. Luke Thomas with an estimated 63% chance to prevail in this match. And Bill Larson, of course, at 37%. Well, let's see how it plays out on the table. We have Bill Larson, who's getting ready to break the very first rack. Nice break with a pretty good spread of balls there. So take a look around the table. Not really too many balls that are in serious trouble. I'm sure that Bill, as he gets to the table, would really like perhaps a shot at a stripe, but solids aren't too bad either. The tricky ball, it looks like, for solids would be that 1 ball. We'll see what he elects to do here, whether he goes ahead and takes solids. He's got a couple of good shots there. Actually, if he takes that 1 ball right now up to the corner, that pretty much clears out all of his solid treble balls. And yes, he is going to go ahead and shoot that 1 ball. Nicely done. At this point, he has a couple of options. Quite possibly going to look and taking at that 7 ball very soon here. Be nice to get some of those balls away from the 8 ball and kind of clear up that clutter down there. So no balls really obstructed, but several balls kind of hanging around the spot. That can often present a little bit of a problem. Plays that ball, leaves himself a nice little angle for the 4 ball if he elects to take that one next. He's really starting to think now, like, how am I going to get over for that 6 ball? Sporting a Bits' Outer Limits t-shirt is Bill Larson here. Chula Vista Resort in Wisconsin Dells. Beautiful day outside. Really looking forward to some great action in this gold division this morning. Play is just getting underway. 10 a.m. was the first start time. See Bill going ahead and pulling out a bridge here to assist with this shot on the 4. Nicely done. Taps. Oh, it's a little difficult to see whether he left him. He doesn't look happy, so it looks like maybe he has went ahead and hooked himself here on that 6, but I guess we'll find out more in just a moment. Even if he can cut it, which I think is probably a fair assessment at this point, perhaps he can still bank it. And he calls a safe of some sort. I think we've all been in that position. So Bill just going to go ahead and try to play safe here. And push the 8-ball. Well, I'll tell you what, for being in that position, that's a pretty good safety. He got him up behind that 13-ball in that top rail and somehow even managed to tap the 9-ball. There is a good shot here for Luke. Luke can play that 13-ball possibly off the 8-end or 9-ball into the side. I'm frankly, other than playing a safety, I'm not really sure there's a lot of other options. So let's see what he's going to do here. And that's what he does. Oh, but couldn't quite get her to fall. So back up comes Bill Larson. Bill racing to 4, Luke to 7. That FargoRate system is what has helped to determine what would be an equitable race. And looks like Bill is taking a look at that 6-ball. That's a pretty steep cut. I mean, it can certainly be done. He'll have to really turn that cue ball loose to do it, though. Yeah, and he calls it once back, which is as far as cue ball control, a much more tame shot than to try to. Not even sure Ken got that ball, honestly. Nicely done. Oh, avoids that poison shot up in the other corner. And actually ends up with some pretty darn good shape. Just brought the cue ball back to the middle. He's got a couple of options here. He really could shoot either ball, the 6 or the 5. If he shoots the 5, he'll probably have a little bit better angle to get on the 6 for the 8 here. And he does. Kind of lets the cue ball float down table, and I think the cloth kind of surprised him a little bit. Ball sort of kind of rolled and kept on rolling on him. But he does have a makeable shot. The challenging part of this shot is going to be that he really has about half a pocket. It's sort of the good news on the shot is that it is the proper side of the pocket that he'd be playing it into. But still, I mean, with that kind of distance and playing it into half a pocket, probably not exactly what he had in mind here. But let's see if he can come with the shot. Well, it was a difficult shot for sure, and so he goes ahead and gives up ball in hand to Luke Thomas. Luke coming in, and not really too many trouble balls here. It looks like probably his first ball is going to be that 15 ball. That would be my guess. So now that he's pocketed that, it's pretty well, you would think, point to point as far as a run out is concerned here. Probably he'd like to get that 9 ball. Oh, he kind of rattled that one. Well, he was trying to drive it around 2 rails, and I think, he caught just a little bit of that short rail, and it put some cushion-induced throw on there, and kind of rattled out. These Pro Cup pockets, they can be rough. Well, Bill is probably a little bit happy and also a little bit surprised to be back at the table, but he's going to try to play that 8 by that 13. And he goes ahead and gets the first game. Well, he's the underdog in this one. He was being spotted 3 games. The FargoRate system had him at only a 37% chance to win this match, but he goes ahead and finds a way to win that very first game. So now the system is being updated. We'll give you the new FargoRate as far as the odds of winning. And there you go. Now you see that Bill Larson went from being the underdog to being the leader as far as the most likely prospect to win the match. 56% now. FargoRate says that Bill Larson has a chance to win this match. Well, when you're spotting somebody 3 games, every game that you give up is just makes it that much harder. But really haven't had much of a chance to see Luke Thomas get up to the table here yet. So pretty good spread. All the balls end up in the outer edge of the table. He's pocketed the 8 ball. So that means that he has spotted the 8 ball. He can elect to play the rack out or leave it like it is. Now, I suspect that he will probably, he's going to play it out. It's an interesting choice. That 11 ball is not in a very good spot. So we'll see what he ends up doing here. He may try to come back and draw and kick it out right now. But he does not. So he's going to continue to assess the situation. Maybe he tries, not sure where that 11 ball goes. I guess we'll find out what he's going to try here. I don't think it goes cross-side. I think that 1 ball could potentially be in the way. He might have half a pocket for it, though. Oh, interesting. Tried it off that ball on the side. That was a good try. Well, Bill Larson comes back up to the table now. We're at Chula Vista Resort in Wisconsin Dells, Wisconsin. This is the gold division of the race, and just underway play today. Well, Bill's coming up a little bit with a difficult situation. He has the 1 ball here, but that 3 ball's tied up. The 6 ball isn't really in a terrible position. I mean, it is blocked, yes, but the 7 ball's potentially there for shape or a knockout. And he kind of laid into that one a little bit. Well, it's I'll tell you though, it's getting to be a more and more difficult run out for either players. That 13 ball is now up by the 5 ball. Played a big combination there. That was a nice shot. 13 ball is a potential breakout here for the 13. And he does get it out of there successfully. The position of that 14 ball and the 9 ball right on the other end of the table, not a very enviable spot for those balls, especially when his shot is the 13 ball here. He's going to really have to stroke this one to get shape to get down there. And he was just trying to draw back near the side so he could take it off that long cushion and back for those balls. And it just took a little bit of a funny angle on him there, and ball ended up in the side. So now we come back up. Bill Larson, who won the first game, 56% favorite to win the match now, according to FargoRate. Kind of looking at everything. That 7 ball really is the ball that he's going down to address right now with his ball in hand. This is the ball that he really needs to get out of the way. And again, he catches just a little bit of that same short reel that Luke caught earlier in the match. It's a little cushion-induced English on there, and once again, that Pro Cut pocket was not very generous. I believe that Luke was trying to cut the 9 ball there and just kind of mishit it a little bit. So here comes Bill back. Now, once again, he had with that last ball in hand, he had gotten his trouble ball out, and then now that 6 ball is kind of covered again by the 9. So he does have several shots down there that could potentially open that back up, but it's in a tough place. Bill gives kind of a knowing nod. That was a pretty nice shot. Well, there's a couple of opportunities now. There's the 1 ball. If he shoots that, he's going to really have to put a lot of top left spin. He's going to have to load this one up in order to make the 1 ball and drive it off the rail into the 6. Not a natural angle, so he's going to have to create something. 2 ball looks to be a little straight. Okay, so what he's done here is he decided to go ahead and not try for the breakout there. He's got the 3 ball. He can do it now. He's got low, put some low running English, low right English on it, load up on that low right, and kind of bring it over there, try to break out those balls. And that's what he tried to do. Came through there much cleaner than I think he would have liked. Now the 1 ball, he has the 1 ball not in a position for breakout. So he can pocket the 1 at this point. He could play safe. He could potentially try to bank the 6 if he makes the 1. I think he tried to load it up and really tried to create something that out of that situation. But Luke, his balls have ended up in kind of an odd spot. The ball's right near the side pocket. He's going to try to play it in the corner. There's a scratch all day long there. Oh, he does a nice job of avoiding that, though. Well, the 8 ball's moving on this one, and unfortunately, it's moving potentially towards a direction I don't think he really wants it to move. Right toward that corner pocket. So he's going to give this one a little bit of thought. Think about, like, well, can I put some draw on this one maybe? Looks like that's what he's going to do. Try to avoid a hit on the 8. Still caught a little bit of it, but he came out of that pretty well, all in all. Luke Thomas trying to tie this game up, this matchup. He overcuts it a little bit. Well, we have Bill Larson who's coming up again. Bill already finished off the first game. This is a very makeable shot. It's a long shot. Back in the day, I guess they would have called it a lot of green, but now I guess we call it a lot of tournament blue. So it's got about 6 feet of tournament blue cloth between the cue ball and that 6 ball here. So we'll see how this comes out. It's a nice natural angle to get back out for the 8. So all he has to do is pocket this ball, and he'll have natural shape for the 8. Stay away from that corner. Oh, wow. That pocket just is eating up that cue ball here. So, and it looks like Luke is going to go ahead and get that game. So the score is 1-1 now. Luke Thomas going to 7, and we have Bill Larson going to 4, and Luke is higher rated, spotting 3 games here, and so he does pull back into the lead as far as the FargoRate system on what they estimate his chance to win this match. You're listening to the 2016 BCA Pool League Wisconsin State Championships. I'm Gennaro Vasquez. We're at Chula Vista Resort in Wisconsin Dells, Wisconsin. This is Bill Larson getting set to break the 3rd game of this match. Well, it was a good break. That cue ball made a beeline for that side pocket, though. And either set of balls is sitting very well. In my estimation, though, I think stripes are a little bit better, but either of these set of balls could probably easily be run out. That is not the break you want in this situation when you've just given up a game 1-1 on a scratch. This could be a big turn of momentum here. Let's see if Luke Thomas can take advantage of this and see if Bill Larson can overcome this previous game where he scratched, setting up for the 8-ball, and now a break and a scratch. Well, he got into that one pretty good. In fact, he wanted that 9-ball on the side. Pretty sure that is not where he wanted to end up. He's got a very makeable shot in that 13-ball. But the 13-ball would have been pretty nice to be able to get on the 8-ball. But let's see what he has in mind. So now he has a couple of options. Looks like he's going to go ahead and play the 9-ball, shoot the 10, and then just draw back probably almost to about where the cue ball is right now for that 8-ball in the other corner. Luke Thomas making quick work of this rack. That was a really good break by Bill. That scratch could end up being very costly, though. And in fact, it was. So Luke goes through that rack very quickly and alternating breaks. So Luke comes up to break next. 2-1 in this match. Luke Thomas raised to 7. Bill Larson raised to 4. Taking a look around the room, a lot of action going on. Every table is in play here at Chula Vista Resort this morning. It's the gold division that we're watching here on table 1. I'm Gennaro Vasquez, perched probably about 10, 15 feet above table 1. Luke Thomas ready to tear into this rack. And he hit I believe he hit the head ball there, but sort of an odd way that the ball spread. They didn't really spread evenly. They sort of all ended up on one half of the table, more or less. So Bill is taking a look at this, trying to figure out, okay, so if I take solids, what do I have to shoot? If I take stripes, what do I have to shoot? That 6-7's tied up, but he has a chance to kind of go right into it right now. The 3-7 are tied up. He has a chance to go into him right now, though. Which he does. And he ends up... Not sure if he ends up with a good shot here or not. He may have gotten lucky with that 3-ball. Just hit a window where he can play it. There were a lot of balls down there that he could have landed on, and boy, he just kind of ended up in the middle of no man's land there. Well, that was a nice shot. So he opens up that 3-ball. Let's see what he elects to do here. The 1 and the 5 and the 2 and the 7 there. None of them are sitting what I guess could be described as very well. Now he's pretty much going to shoot the 2-ball here, I think, up to the other corner. Again, he kind of shakes his head as in a disapproving way. Maybe he doesn't even have enough of the 2 to cut. Oh, he did. He undercut it. I'll tell you, that was not an easy shot. He was facing away from the pocket, cutting it, kind of back cutting the ball, facing away from the pocket in the middle of the table. That was not an easy shot. The only one of the good things he did was leave Luke Thomas a very difficult shot. So not sure if Luke called that one or not. It looks like he did. So that was a pretty nice shot there. And all the stripes are sitting in pretty decent shape except for the 8-ball. The 8-ball really only has a single pocket that it could go to, which would be the upper corner there by the 11-ball. Really seems like that 12-ball and the 9-ball would have been nice key balls to get on that 8-ball. But he's sort of left himself in a position where it looks like those are the balls he's going to have to play this 9-ball first here, I think. And he catches a little piece of that 5 coming out, so it looks like the 12-ball will be the next shot here. It's not a position that he can get back down table, so I think he's going to try to shoot this and just get over to the other long rail where he's standing for the 11-ball. That is indeed what he does, but he had to hit that so thin. It was really hard to control the cue ball, and so he got into a little bit too much there and ends up hooking himself. This is Luke Thomas. He's up 2-1 in this match. He's going to 7, and Bill Larson is going to 4. At this moment, Luke is considered a 63% favorite to win the match by FargoRate. And he gets a good hit on the ball. That's the good news. The bad news is he turns the table back over to Bill. Good news for Bill, I guess. Bill has a couple of options here. I don't think that 2-ball goes cleanly to the corner pocket. He could kind of shave off that 2-ball. From our perspective, from his perspective, he'd be going off the left side of the 2-ball. But from our perspective, he could maybe skim off what would be our right side of that 2-ball, kind of come around the corner, kind of double out of the corner, and just keep the cue ball down to this end of the table. That would really leave Luca kind of a tough position to be able to play out of. Other than a really kind of nasty looking combo, I can't imagine what shot he would be considering here. He does call a safety. Yep, and that is pretty much the safety that I was looking at. He got a little unlucky there because as he was shooting it, the cue ball got kicked into a position where Luke has a shot at a ball. Wouldn't exactly call it an envious shot, but he does have a shot here. He's going to just play safe. Kicks the 15. Oh, that's a... Tell you what, that is a nasty, nasty save. So Bill's going to come up here, try to kick at something. That is not going to be a fun shot. So he'll take a good look at this one, I would figure. We're at the Chula Vista Resort. It's the 2016 BCA Pool League Wisconsin State Championships. I'm Gennaro Vasquez, commentator for this live streaming match. Play going on all around us. Lots of action. It's the gold division that we're enjoying here at Table 1. This is Bill Larson. He's down 2-1. Bill going to 4, but he is in a tough spot here. He's solids and looks like he's going to try to kick at something, or he's going to try to jump at something. Probably going to try to jump for the 1. Wow, and that ball just goes sailing there, so we have a ball in hand situation coming up for Luke. And that cue ball went under the camera stage, so they're going to, it looks like they have successfully fished it out of there, so there we go. Back to the action. Well, he has to break out that 15 ball. Probably the easiest way to do that is to shoot the 11 and kind of come off the rail and go into that 15 ball. The nice thing about doing that is that he'll have another stripe, that 10 ball, that would go into the side pocket. So just trying to figure out how he wants to address the ball. He can shoot the 11 and draw straight into the 15, or he can shoot the 11, kind of come off the rail and go into that 15 ball. And he does, but instead of hitting it full, it kind of skimmed off the ball. And in doing so, that sent the energy of the cue ball, sending the cue ball down the table. He's got a kick at that 15 ball now, and that is going to be a foul. It's going to be a ball in hand situation for Bill. Boy, this is a good chance for Bill now. He shoots that 6 ball in the corner, then the 2 ball in the side, and he's off to the races. He's going to come down the other end to shoot that 6 ball, simply because that way he doesn't have to try to stretch out or try to shoot over that 8 ball in order to play it into the corner, but this is definitely the right shot. Just a nice little kind of stop shot. Just float it forward a little bit for that next ball. This is pretty much a matter of preference. I would guess he's probably going to shoot the 1 ball here. He fell a little flat on the 5. Probably shoot the 1 ball here. Just come off the rail nice for the 5 ball. As I said, it was personal choice. So he decided to go ahead and shoot the 5 ball there. 1 ball, fairly easy shot here. Though he did kind of drive it around. Instead of sort of stopping and taking a funny angle to the other corner, he decides to play it around 2 rails for the 8 ball on the side. And there you have it. Bill Larson wins the 4th game of this match. He evens the score, 2-2 now. The FargoRate system put Bill Larson on a race to 4 and Luke Thomas on a race to 7. In this 2016 BCAPL League, Wisconsin State Championships, the Gold Division on table 1 here. We're live from Wisconsin Dells, Wisconsin. This is a nice little resort town. It's kind of what I guess you would consider the off-season so far. Memorial Day will really be when kind of action starts around here. But we have plenty of action ourselves inside Chula Vista Resort. These championships so far, we've seen some pretty nice pools, some great shots. You can watch most of it right here. So now we're going to do a center break here. Bill is electing to put the cue ball in the center of the table. He's done this before and ended up in the side pocket. And I'll tell you what, I think that cue ball was on its way there again, but just happened to get kicked out this time before it could reach that path. He did not make a ball. Well, the last time he broke, he opened them up pretty nicely and scratched. Gave Luke a ball in hand and, by all accounts, a fairly straightforward run out, and which he took advantage of. So this time the balls did not spread quite as nicely, although they aren't bad either. The 7 ball here is what he's going to elect to shoot first. The 6 ball, it's a little hard to tell whether that 6 ball passes by the 15 ball or not. He's certainly looking at it and playing it like it does. He's got maybe half a pocket for this ball. And he miscues. And immediately rectifies that situation by chalking his cue so he does not forget again. Well, even though the score is tied 2-2, FargoRate now says Bill Larson, in part because he's getting a 3-game spot, is now a 60% favorite to win this match over Luke Thomas's 40%. Well, it wasn't a foul, it was a miscue, so Bill has to kind of play it from where it is. And the stripes are not really in the greatest of positions. That 10 ball, the 10 and the 12 ball are tied up over in the corner. It doesn't have a very easy way of getting over there in order to deal with those. Potentially he could, if he really wanted to, shoot that 13 ball now and go over and break him out, but he's electing to wait on some kind of breakout shot. Calls the 14 ball here. And he tears into him, and oh, wow. It was a good stroke. He really had to force that ball and send that cue ball flying down the table. But he just shakes his head. I'll tell you, sometimes that's the way it works out in this game, where you come with a nice shot and somehow that cue ball just ends up in a place where you are not rewarded for that nice shot. He's not had the best of luck as far as that goes on that shot. Well, pretty much the shot that he has left himself with is a short kick off that rail for the 12 ball into the other corner. That's what he's looking at. And that was a hard shot. It was a very difficult shot. He gives up ball in hand. Not sure if you could hear him say that, but he was going away from the table and said, "No love." And that time, Fortune definitely did not smile on Bill as he made that nice shot. Luke happy to get back to the table here. Luke really has one ball that's sort of a trouble ball, and that's the 1 ball. Well, he did get the 1 ball out, but unfortunately he tied up the 4 ball now and left himself a difficult shot. Kind of tips his cap. You can't see that off camera, but I'm not sure if he's playing a combination here or trying to cut. Oh, he's taking it off the rail. Oh, and it ties up that 15 ball. Boy, this table's just been unkind to both players. Every time they try to break out a ball, they get hooked or another ball gets tied up. It's been a very difficult play for both of these players. And Bill elects to just go ahead and place a safety here. Luke saying, I'm going to try to bank this, and I'm going to try to break those balls out or make something happen here. And he says that he hits the ball twice, and so he gives Bill a ball in hand. It's a very gentlemanly thing to do. I don't think Bill saw that foul, so Luke says, yeah, I double hit it. So here comes Bill back to the table with the ball in hand. Not a very fun position to play from, even with ball in hand. And he can probably play the 9 to the upper corner here, which is what it looks like he's going to do. He's going to go, it looks like he's trying to go forward with it a little bit, which he does. 12 ball is still in a very difficult position. I don't think he's got enough angle to get it out here. He looks like he really wants to drive this ball, though, so he might. Okay. He decides to go ahead and play it back out to the middle of the table. Give him some options. He shakes his head in a disapproving way, but he still has opportunities here. It's not exactly what you might call the easiest out, but he's still at the table. He still can help make something happen. In fact, if he kind of stops this ball right here, he'll shoot the 15 ball to the corner. If he sort of stops it or goes forward with a little bit, he'll have a nice angle to not only pocket the 10, but also go into that pack a little bit and try to get that 12 ball freed up. In doing so, he's definitely taking a risk. There's no guarantees, even if he executes this, that he's going to end up with a nice shot. Yeah. He says that's why I didn't like it. I can't really tell. He may have a little window he can get through there past the 4 ball and the 1 ball. It's very difficult to tell. It looks like he's shooting straight at it. Yeah, he could hit it. So he elects to just go ahead and kind of lay it up a little bit. Really couldn't do much with it, and even if he could, that was a terrible shape shot for the 9 ball to try to play from. Well, Luke is sitting in a good spot for a couple of reasons. He didn't leave himself a particularly nice shot here, but even if he doesn't run out Bill's ball, that 12 ball is sitting in such a way that it does not pass the 6 for the corner pocket, so you would have to think that Luke kind of likes his chances here. He's going to probably have to play the 2 ball to the corner. This is the men's gold division. Plays a nice shot to the corner. He's got a decent shot, the 5, to the side. But instead, so he can go down table, he's going to play a cross side. And wow, that was a nice shot. Really nice shot. Great speed and dead accurate. Lines himself up nicely for the 6. Just kind of roll forward or stop it a little bit for the 8 ball. And that will give him a lead here, 3-2. There you have it. So 3-2, Luke Thomas goes on top of Bill Larson in the men's gold division. Luke going to 7, so he still has 4 games to go. Bill basically has to win 2 games out of the next 4 in order or so to advance. I guess it could go more than 4 games, but yes, he would. We have Luke has to win 4 games, and Luke has to win 2 before he gets to that. Well, those balls spread nice this time, but neither player really making balls on the breaks. It's we've seen some pretty nice breaks, but the balls are just not being cooperative at all. and they spread pretty nicely. Really, the biggest problem, each set has one trouble ball, and they're both in the same spot. That 10 and the 2 is tied up on that upper rail by the 8 ball there. Solids does have a couple of other opportunities to kind of get down there for that, to do something with that 2 ball stripes. Not as much. His first shot here, I'm going to guess it's going to be a 4 on the side. Stripes doesn't really have a way to get down there easily for the 10 ball. The 3 ball sort of is blocking the way for the 2 ball, so he has to find a way to get the 3 ball before the 2 ball. Could play a combination, I guess, but you don't really want to make an already tough shot tougher if you can help it. That was a nice shot there. The Bill has left himself kind of a bit of a tough shot here because he has a very thin cut all the way down the table. So he's going to elect to pull out the bridge. One of the nice things about this shot for Bill is that 12 ball's sitting in a place that even if he overcuts it, he can come off the rail and go off that 12 anyway. But he does not need to do that. It shoots that one very nicely. This is kind of a weird angle on the 1 ball for the side. Not that it's not a very makeable shot, but what makes it odd about it is that it's kind of carrying it away from the end of the table that he really, really desperately wants to get down toward. But I don't think he really has much of a choice here because that 5 ball also sitting in a spot that would not take him to the right place. He's going to shoot the 1 here and come to the bottom rail. Try to come back out. Boy, if he gets on that 6 ball, that was a nice shot. Well, he did. Not really sure that's entirely what he was playing for. The 6 ball is a really nice ball to get on the 2 ball, but frankly, he may just not have had a choice. Look at this. Wow, what a shot. He goes forward with that one, 2 rails, and comes and knocks out that 2 ball. He really had to stroke that one, and he did. He comes with a big shot here. He's down 3-2. And a race to 2 now for Bill, a race to 4 for Luke. And Bill says he's going to come out with a big shot, and he picked a good time for it here. He's a little flat on the 3 ball. He has to find a way to come out a little bit. I think he's going to go rail first on this one, which he does, and does not end up in a great way for the 5 ball. He's going to have to shoot the 2 ball here, which I think he really would rather not have to do, simply because the 2 ball would have been a nice key ball, position ball for that 8 ball. But, well, you know what they say, best laid plans. So the 2 ball is going to be what he's going to play here. And has to get on the 5 ball next. And in such a way that he's going to have shape for the 8. Oh, right by the side pocket. Oof. Not happy with the way that ball came out. But I'll tell you, with as close to a scratch as that was, probably somewhat fortunate to be at the table. Well, this 5 does not go to the corner. So let's see, and that is an extreme cut shot. So let's see if he can pull it off here. So Luke comes in, has the ball in hand here. Well, I'm not sure what ball necessarily is going to be his first ball, probably the 15 ball, 12 ball, I mean. 15 ball, 12 ball, either one of those. But that 10 ball, I'm almost certain it's going to be what he's going to want to use. He'll use the 14 ball to transition to the 10 ball to the 8 ball. 12 ball is going to be his first shot here. And he gets into that one a lot. And a little bit of a scary moment for him. I'm sure that ball was racing toward that side pocket. But he's got the 15 ball, relatively straight in shot. He's going to go to the bottom rail here and back out to the middle of the table. All right, well, now he's hitting good. He has the 13 ball. He can shoot that, come back to this other long rail where he's standing for the 9 ball. At this point, he's just playing for the right angle on the 14 ball. So he's going to probably try to draw it back, come off this rail, maybe a few inches. He wants to get pretty straight on that 14 ball, I would think. And that's the danger of trying to play too short, to get perfect position. Could have left himself a little bit longer shot and guaranteed the angle, but he decided to go ahead and try to play better shape and get it a little bit closer to the 14, and sort of took off on him a little bit there. This is Luke Thomas. He's up 3-2 in this match. And I'm not sure if that was intended to be a safety, but certainly the way that it ended up. So Bill Larson comes up, and he is hooked. Definitely not looking at a jump shot here. He has a couple of ways to kick at this 5 ball. This is the 2016 BCAPL League Wisconsin State Championships from the Chula Vista Resort in Wisconsin Dells, Wisconsin. I'm Gennaro Vasquez. It looks like Ricky Bryant is about ready to pop on and perhaps join us in the commentary. Good morning, Ricky. How are you?
Good morning. Very good today for day number 2 of the tournament.
Oh, is that? I'm not sure if that's what he called, but that was. Well, it couldn't have went much cleaner than that. Well, so Luke comes up. He has a pretty decent shot at this ball here. He has to force it a little bit in order to get over there for the 12 ball. It's not definitely not an optimal angle for getting over for that ball, but he's got to really force this ball.
Play one rail and come back across. Nope.
Yeah, he elects to play safety instead. Well, this would not be an easy jump shot simply because there's probably a good foot or so between the impeding ball and the cue ball, and about the same for the 8 ball. Bill's just going to go ahead and play safe here. That's a pretty good shot. Yep. That was a pretty good shot, and I'll tell you why. I mean, yes, he does leave him the ball all the way straight down into the corner pocket, but that is pretty much straight as an arrow over a ball, and I'll tell you what, if he can find a way to make that ball get shape for that 10 ball, I'd love to see it. Yeah, I'm not even going to bother with that. So he lays up the cue ball down to the other end of the table. Well, at this point, as far as a shot, he could play that 8-ball off the stripe that's down there into what is our left-hand corner. Probably looking at some kind of safety here, I'm guessing. And that's the shot that he's looking at now, the one I was talking about. Depends on what he wants to do. I mean, he calls it over to that corner pocket.
He's calling a kick?
No.
You don't think?
No, he's going to play it off. He's going to play the 8 off the 10 over toward that left-hand corner pocket. That's the shot I was looking at earlier. I mean, as far as an actual shot, that was probably the closest to what the thing that you could call that resembled a shot that he could take there, but it was definitely nobody's favorite shot, I can tell you that much. So Luke has a lead 3-2. He comes up to the table, ready to try to run these out. Leaves himself a pretty nice angle for the side pocket. Pretty much can just float this one forward. Might try to do a little nip draw here just to be able to get a little bit finer shape on the 8-ball. There it goes. And for all intents purposes, looks like he's going to go ahead and take home this game. Put himself at 4. And he does just that. So it's 4-2. He doubles up Bill's score. Luke going to 7. Bill going to 4. The FargoRate system says yes, that is what would be the equitable race here. And Luke now makes himself a 64% favorite to try to go ahead and win this match. This is the 2016 BCA Pool League Wisconsin State Championships. I'm Gennaro Vasquez. We're looking down over table 1. We have Ricky Bryant in the booth with me, who is here to also provide commentary. In addition to commentators at the event, Ricky and I are also CSI certified referees. Ricky, we saw Ricky make a couple of calls at the tables yesterday during his Scotch doubles. Well, so far the breaks have not really been, the balls have not been kind on the breaks for the players. In this particular rack, to me, stripes are by far the best.
But everything's spread pretty good. You're not seeing a lot of clusters here.
Well, the reason I say that is the 1 and the 3 are kind of tied up by the 9.
Yeah.
The 6 goes by the 12, but that 5 ball's not sitting in an envious spot, and the 4 ball, it's he can go ahead and shoot that 14 ball now, leaving itself for the 9, and that pretty much takes care of a lot of his trouble balls. That ball kind of fighting on its way down, but it does end up in the subway. Yep, he goes ahead and shoots that 9 ball. And the ball kind of ended up a little further than he'd like. So 15 ball is going to be the next one he shoots, I believe. Now he can do one of two things here. He can play this ball and try to hold it for the 11 ball. Oh, he's going to try to play the 10 on the side.
Yeah, we had some players yesterday commenting they thought this table played a little faster than the other tables.
Oh. Yeah, I'll tell you what, that Simonis cloth, boy, it's a great cloth, and you can do some fun things with it, but that cue ball can get away from you if you're not watching it.
That's beautiful equipment here at the tournament with the diamond tables, the Simonis cloth.
Yes, as usual, the Bad Boys billiard team does a great job in setting up the tables at Chula Vista Resort in Wisconsin, Dalles, Wisconsin.
That's the first time for the event to be here, is my understanding.
Well, I believe it was here before, except that they held it in the expo, the dome.
Oh, okay.
So it's the first time in the building itself. So, yeah.
And it is a beautiful resort.
It is beautiful. It's in a wooded area. There's a little lake that runs alongside of it. Picturesque as they come. All right, so now he has the 6 ball. Not really an angle to do much with the 5. He may just try to play forward and maybe try to get that 5 in the side. I don't know if he can force it over somehow. Looks like he might try. Yeah, he tries to force it.
To get to the 3.
Yeah, but he really wanted to get that 5 ball out of there. And he did. He did just that. So he's sitting good. That 5 ball needed to be loosened up, and he did it very nicely with that shot.
Yeah. It's got nice angle on the 2.
Yeah, he'll kind of float the cue ball back out to the middle of the table here.
Probably take the 5, the 1, and then the 8.
Sure. Yeah, that would be a good way to do it. Matter of personal preference. But yes, that definitely would probably be the way that he'd want to do it. And it looks like that is what he played for that 5 ball. It's a little safer to go end to end to end on this one because of where the 8 ball lies.
Absolutely.
And leaves himself a pretty nice shot for the 8 ball. Well, he can take a commanding lead here if he pockets this one. Even though it's a race to 2, his chance of winning the match will probably increase by a fair amount according to FargoRate, but let's find that out. Started off as a 64% favorite before that game. Now it's a race to 2. FargoRate says, Luke, you go to 7, and Bill, you go to 4. So as you see now, it's a 77% chance for Luke, according to FargoRate, in order to be able to win this match. Looks like the players have taken a break, so why don't we go ahead and do the same? We'll be back with more play in just a couple of minutes. And we're back here, the 2016 BCAPL League Wisconsin State Championships in Wisconsin Dells. We are at the Chula Vista Resort here. Table number 1 between Luke Thomas and Bill Larson. This is a gold division match. Pretty much a race to 2 at this point. FargoRate, though, says Luke has a 77% chance to prevail in this match. He's been breaking head ball, hasn't really been making any ball, so now this time he elects to go ahead and break the second ball. He's pocketed the 8 ball, so Ricky, why don't you go ahead and explain what his options are here?
Well, he has the option of spotting the 8 and continuing to shoot, or he can re-rack and re-break.
Correct. And, of course, these balls are fairly open.
He's allowed to spot the 8 and look at the table before he makes a decision. So he's looking, and he's deciding to shoot.
Yeah, it's a pretty decent spread here, so I think he would really like to address that 10 ball, 9 ball as soon as he can here. Which is exactly what he's done. He's left himself a very nice shaped shot for the 10 ball. My guess is he just shoots a little stop shot or some kind of little stun in order to just leave himself with a 9, which he does. It's not probably the perfect angle he would really want for that 14 ball. Let's see if he just shoots this ball and elects to go forward and bump the 14, or maybe he just draws out of it. The choice he's left himself with here is the 9 ball. Kind of leads him a little bit in the wrong direction toward bumping the 14 ball. So he's giving it some thought as far as how he wants to do it. In a perfect world, he would really have liked to maybe have gone forward just a little bit to give himself a little better angle on the 9. But as we know, it's not a perfect world. So he's going to draw out of this, I believe. And it tries to bump the 6 ball so that opened up the 14, and unfortunately did not do that.
Left himself a shot on the 15 on the side. But he's going to go for the 11 down table.
Yeah, he's going to probably try to come. That's actually a really good shot. The reason he shot that shot, not even necessarily he was trying to make it, it was almost somewhat of a safety of sorts, because now what he does is he has a breakout ball down there for the 14 ball. So even though he has turned the table back over to his opponent, Bill Larson, Luke has given himself an opportunity for a breakout ball down there if Bill does not run out. Now, on the other hand, Bill does have some shots here, several open balls. He's got to address that 7 ball, though. That ball is not in a good spot. Kind of picking off the solids here. And he doesn't like that shot because he got himself onto the rail, so that's not the angle he was looking for, I believe.
Yeah, really straight in and on the rail.
Well, he could potentially have been also looking to leave himself straight for the 4 ball so he could go down table for that, but a little bit of an odd angle to be able to get down there for the 1 off of that too. So he's going to have to come with a nice one here. The 2 ball's not a difficult shot, but he's going to have to come around a couple rails for shape.
Looks like he played pretty well.
Yeah, he did. He's got a real nice angle here. I mean, there's a lot of cloth between those balls, but he has a
to roll up on the one.
Straight in shot. Yep, sure does. Hit that very nice. He wants to get pretty flat here. Ooh, that's he's got to shoot this one and spin it a lot to get this breakout.
They're trying to open up the 7.
Oh, what a shot there, though.
Does.
Oh, that was a nice shot. That was a really nice shot. Really had to put a lot of running English on that one in order to get it to spin off the rail and nudge out the ball that was tied up there against the 7. It's going to be a little bit of a rough shot for him simply because he's all the way down the table. He's going to need a bridge for this one, I'm sure, because he's got to shoot away from an angle. Yeah, this is going to be a challenging shot for him. Simply because it's really away from the easy side for a player to shoot from.
Do you think he's playing to come back out for the 8 back in the other corner, or he's going to play soft and play the 8 back in the side?
That's a good question. He could do that. He could also hit it just a little bit harder and maybe play the 8 in the side by the 14, but probably he'll leave it for the... Oh, that was nice. He did
goes for the opposite corner.
Yeah, shot kind of thinned it very nicely so that he could come off the rail and set himself up for what is a very playable shot into the corner pocket.
Nice bridge work, too, though. With the mechanical bridge, a lot of players struggle.
I can identify with that. So that's one of the advantages of being 6'1" in my case. But Bill Larson here, ready to go ahead and shoot into the corner pocket here. And he's trying to tighten up this race even more. And he does.
Puts him on the hill.
Yes, it does. And so Luke has to win 2 before Bill gets his final game. It looks like the FargoRate system has pretty much got him right on pace for the way it should be.
And Bill's breaking.
Bill is breaking. So the way that Bill has actually broke the balls very well so far this match, his biggest challenge has been the fact that he hasn't made a ball. So it's been a tough spot for him. In fact, the very first game that he broke them so wide open and scratched, gave Luke a ball in hand. It was like watching speed pool as Luke ran down the few balls left on the table. So let's see what he elects to do. He's been doing a middle break toward the head ball. Let's see if... I think this is a point where, Ricky, I mean, you just won that game. You kind of feel like momentum's in your favor. You need one game to go. I think you go for a big break here.
Well, he hit him good. His last break, he made one ball on the break the last time, so we'll see if he can get to you this time.
Ooh, nearly avoids the scratch in the corner.
Looks dry again.
Yeah, he's not had the best fortune as far as the balls. He's spreading them very nicely, but they're just not finding a home. Well, in this particular case, I think solids are sitting pretty nice. The 4 ball sitting a little funny with the 8 ball and the 3 ball, but I think with the right position and everything like that, that can probably be navigated. The stripes are kind of the stripes are in the middle of the table. You have the 11, the 9, the 10 that are sort of they're open, but they're sort of sitting in an odd position where solids really becomes
have
the best choice
pockets
here.
blocked on them.
Yeah, exactly.
There's not obvious pockets for every stripe, but like you said, the solids. At first glance, you'd think the solids, because of the three down at the bottom right-hand corner, are kind of clustered, but there's an obvious combo there, and
Right.
I believe is that the 6?
Yes, that's the 6 ball.
And the 6 is somewhat open as well, so it looks like
He's going to play I think he's playing just the 6 ball straight in here. Yep.
Absolutely.
He's himself
The 7.
for a shot on the 7 ball. I'll tell you, though, I mean, as a shooter, I don't think I would want to wait too long to deal with that 3-4.
Right, before it gets moved out of the... It's a pretty natural combo.
The danger of doing that is, of course, if you do that, you open up. If you don't run out, you open up the 8 ball. I would have to suspect in this case he is thinking run out on this rack.
Right. And the other thing too is when you play the 3-4,
he might shoot that 5 ball.
The 3
might
might end up funny on you, and you need to know that and have an option ball.
Right, and that's why I'm wondering maybe right now he plays the 5 ball on the side, because if he does that, he has that pretty good angle to play that combination. He kind of has the 7 as a safety valve.
Yep. Oh, he's going to play the combo.
I think it's going to be a carom. He's going to play off the 3, trying to pocket the 4.
Right. No.
Oh, safety.
Wow.
I guess he just didn't like the way that ball was sitting.
Somewhat limited on angles that he'll be able to play that 4 too there.
Yes. I guess the one of the options for that would be that he could take the 5 ball and play it off the rail off the 4.
Yeah.
That could potentially open it up, but you have to fall on that or find a way to get on that in order to be able to play that. And that 3 ball is pretty fine shape now too.
Nice shot in the side.
Yeah, Bill goes ahead and takes the shot in the side. He's got a couple of balls that are not sitting in very good ways. The 9 ball is sort of blocked by the 7. The 11 doesn't really have a good home. He can get that 11 ball out of there right now, though. Goes forward with this shot. Ooh, hits that 8 ball. That ended up okay for him.
Does that 9 go by?
He's shooting it like it does.
It does. He's got a full pocket.
He's sure shooting it like it does.
Yeah, that camera angle opened it up.
Now he can... I don't know. I guess maybe his shot here is that he plays the 11 off the rail. That's one option. Plays the 11 off the rail, squeeze it off the 7. I don't know. He's really left himself much of a choice here, because that 5 ball sort of rolled in such a way that I'm not sure he can get that 12 ball.
I don't think he can either.
Well, if he can play that where he squeezes it off the 7.
He just called the 11.
Yeah, that probably is the right shot, in my opinion, anyway.
Yeah.
And he does that very nicely.
Executed it beautifully.
Well, not only that, but look at how he put that 3 ball in a spot now where that 3-4 is also. I can't tell, but it looks like that 3-4 is in a bad spot now too. So he's accomplished several good things with that shot. Goes rails first.
Yeah, he's got a tough one.
Well, he has an option of playing the 14 ball first and coming back all the way down table. Yeah. I think he's probably going to shoot it in the side. The reason why I think he won't take it all the way down is simply because he would have to bridge over that 15 to do it. No, he's going to play it all the way down. Choosing to bridge around the 15 ball. And just leave himself a little bit of the rougher, tougher shot on the 15 here. Well, this is for the match here. He's coming down. I'll tell you what.
On fire right here.
If he can pull this off, it is a much deserved win because he has played this rack very well. Sitting very good now.
Yes, absolutely.
Sitting very good. Wow, that was a very nice run.
Yeah.
That game was much deserved. So Bill Larson ends up winning the match over Luke Thomas and advances to the winner's bracket. And you're listening to the